In the video today, I will walk you through how to do ad hoc analyses with our analytics portal. So for the example today, I will be looking to pull operating room expenses for all the hospitals in the state of Alabama, trended by year. So the first step is understanding where in the cost report you need to pull the data from. So you can go to our website, CostReportDB.com. We have example cost reports out there. They're full cost reports. I've pulled up the one that we have out there for Campbell County Memorial Hospital, which is for the year through 6/30/2018. And you can see we have all the different worksheets of the cost report. For the operating room expenses, they'll be located in Worksheet A. Here are all the different cost centers for the hospital. So in Worksheet A, we need to find the operating room cost center. So simply scroll on down. See that operating room is in row 50. And then what we want to do is we want to pull the net expenses after adjustments, which happen to be in column 7 here. So we're going to be going into our analytics portal and pulling data for Worksheet A, row 50, column 7. So let's go back to our analytics portal. Make sure you're in the analyses tab. Hit new analysis. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull in the worksheet and row. So pull that in, hit the drop down area. We're going to scroll on down, find worksheet A, row 50. Select that. So now we have the worksheet and the row. We now need to pull in the column. The way we do that is through measures. So you can come over here, click measures. We have other measures, and then we have the worksheet calcs. Because we're pulling for a specific worksheet, we want to use worksheet calcs measure. Expand that. Let's scroll on down, find worksheet A, column 7. And then we have two different measures here, one that sums up the values and one that averages the values. Now, because we'll be pulling by year for the different hospitals, there may be some instances where a hospital filed more than one cost report for a year, and in those instances we want to sum up those amounts. So we're going to be using the sum measure. So worksheet A, column 7, sum measure, drop that in the measures area. And then here you can see it sums up all the operating room expenses for the cost reports that we have in the database. So the next step is we want to pull it for those hospitals in the state of Alabama. So once again, go back to the cost report, find the attribute of state, and we'll pull that into the filter area. So now we want to filter down to just the state of Alabama. And as you can see here, the only state that's listed is Alabama because we're using our demo database. In our regular subscription database, you would actually see all the different states. But in this instance, we're just going to select Alabama, move that over, hit OK. So now what we've done is we've calculated the sum of all the operating room expenses for all the different cost reports for those hospitals in the state of Alabama. So now we need to pull in the hospital name. So we'll come on down to provider name, take and drag that into the categories. And then as you can see, it drops the name of the hospital. We have in our demo database, we have the name encrypted. But you can see it also didn't give us the entire name because the column wasn't wide enough. That's easy to fix. We'll go up to options, set category column width, XXL. And then it expands so that you can see the entire name. The next step is we want to trend it by year. So we'll come once again to the cost report table, find the fiscal year end year, take and drag that over to the series. And there you have it. It trends it by year. So finally, if you wanted to sort, let's just say you wanted to see the hospitals that had the most operating room expenses, come to the provider name, hit the little drop down area, do level sorting, and you can certainly do, filtering if you'd like. If you wanted to see only values, above a certain amount, you could do that. In this example, we're going to sort, so let's do level sorting. And then we want to sort by net expense. So select net expense, and in descending order. So there it sorts it by descending order. So you have all the operating room expenses for those hospitals in the state of Alabama, trended by year. So let's save it. We'll go to Save As. We're going to save this as operating room trend. We're going to save it in the My Analysis folder. So now anytime you open up the Analytics portal, you come to the My Analysis tab, you'll see the report that we just saved. To run the report, you just simply click on it. Now if you wanted to also save it to Excel, you could hit to Excel, open in Excel, and then it downloads. And you can see, gives you your typical Excel spreadsheet, makes it easy to do any type of modifications or analyses on the data. So that's it. It's that easy.